In today's video, I will show you simple and easy ways to transform Dollar Tree glassware into stunning winter decor. I hope you enjoy. For this project, I'm using a glass vase from Dollar Tree that measures about 7 inches. I'm also using some Mod Podge, faux snow, a paper plate so I can set the snow in, and a couple of angled brushes. But first I need to take some rubbing alcohol and a cotton ball to go over the outside of this vase to make sure it is free from any oils or anything that's going to keep my Mod Podge from adhering. While that's drying, I can go ahead and place my faux snow in my paper plate. I want to create an oval where I am not painting in the center of that oval. So I'm going to take my angled brush and brush the Mod Podge onto the glass vase, like I said, in an oval form, and then I'll go around the bottom, the sides of that oval, and the top. Then I can apply the faux snow on there, avoiding that center area. So you just take a generous amount of the faux snow, sprinkle it over your Mod Podge, and then shake the excess off. Once I have that complete, I'm going to continue to do that around the entirety of the vase, avoiding that oval section. I allowed the Mod Podge to dry for several hours, but the faux snow will come off, so you need to seal that in. I'm going to use Mod Podge and a sponge dauber to seal that in. So I'm just going to place a generous amount of Mod Podge all over the faux snow, and if there's any areas that need some additional snow, I can go ahead and add that then, and then add another layer of Mod Podge on top of that. This is just going to keep that snow from falling off. Again, I'm going to avoid that oval area and allow this to completely set up. I actually let mine set up overnight. I did find a beautiful light up angel at Dollar Tree. However, I don't like how fast the lights flicker, but you can turn that off and pop that little bottom battery piece out. So I'm going to set that to the side. I'm not going to use it. And now that my vase is completely dry, I can place my little angel inside of there. Then I'm going to take a battery operated puck light that I already had on hand, but I think you can find some of these at Dollar Tree. And I'm going to glue 3 white carnations right to the bottom of the puck light so that you'll still be able to press the button on the puck light, and I can actually set the light on top of this vase, which fits perfectly as a top, allowing that light to shine down on the little angel. For this project, I'm using a glass votive candle holder from Dollar Tree that measures about 4¼ inches, as well as some snowflake stickers from Hobby Lobby, but you could also find some at Dollar Tree. I'm using a matte Mod Podge, and I'm going to apply this in one section at a time. Then I could add my sticker to it, and then I'm going to go over top of the sticker with the Mod Podge, starting on the inside and working my way out to the edge to make sure that if there's any air bubbles underneath, they'll get pushed out from the edge of the sticker. I'm going to continue to do that around the entirety of this votive candle holder until I get back to where I started from. And as the Mod Podge dries, it's going to give it a nice frosted look. So once it's completely dry, it's going to look something like this, and you can leave it like that. It's absolutely beautiful, but I do have some extreme glitter Mod Podge, and I'm going to apply an even layer of this around the entire votive candle and allow that to completely set up. Now this does take longer to dry than just regular Mod Podge because it's pretty thick, and once it is dry, it is absolutely gorgeous. It gives it really an extra sparkle. Let me bring it a little bit closer to the camera so you can see it's just so beautiful. You could stop there and just put a battery operated votive candle in there, but I do have some of this styrofoam glass filler that is silver and white that also has glitter on it, and I'm going to put that in there and then put my battery operated votive on top. I do recommend battery operated and not a real candle. For this beautiful winter DIY, I am using a candle holder that measures 3.6 inches by 4.7 inches, and you can find this at Dollar Tree during their summer collection. Using a pair of pliers, I'm going to remove the metal hanger at the top because I won't be using that for this project. I absolutely love the texture on this candle holder, and to bring that out, I'll be using some white chalk paint to paint the entire outside. Chalk paint adheres very well to glass. Once it is completely dry, you can go over it with a sealant such as a clear spray sealant or a layer of Mod Podge to protect the paint. Instead of a candle holder, it looks like a beautiful vase. To decorate this, I'll be using several different winter picks that I already had on hand. These frosted eucalyptus picks came from Dollar General. This is just a random frosted pick that I had left over from a different bundle. This is a much larger pick from Dollar General. And these are from Dollar Tree. The two smaller ones came from Hobby Lobby, but I'm not quite sure if I'll be using those or not. Using my tin snips, I do need to cut the larger pick down so that it will be able to fit inside of the vase. Then I'm going to cut the top piece off because I feel like it's a little too tall and place it back inside of the bundle. I also need to cut the eucalyptus picks down to make them the same height. I'm going to place one on each side of this larger bundle and place this inside of the vase and add in that frosted greenery piece in the center. I'm going to add in some of these individual white branches from Dollar Tree all throughout the bouquet, cutting some of them shorter than others. And this is how it turned out. For this project, I'm using one of the clear mini jars from Dollar Tree. This one is about 5 inches tall. I will be using a couple of tumbling tower pieces to place underneath to keep it from rolling around because I want to place some of these beautiful winter tree stickers from Hobby Lobby, but you could also use stickers from Dollar Tree. These stick very well, so I don't even need to use Mod Podge. I'm going to place these all throughout around the outside of the jar, as well as add in some of those mini pine cones. And this is how it's looking so far. Now this is absolutely beautiful, and you could just put in a battery operated votive inside of that, but I actually want to fill mine with some of this vase filler. This came from Hobby Lobby, and I only want to use the greenery and the pine cones. So I'm going to place that inside and put the lid back on, and I think this would just be an absolutely beautiful accent piece next to any of your winter decor. For this project, I'm using two votive candle holders from Dollar Tree. They have a beautiful ombre look to them. I'm not going to be painting the inside, but I am going to paint the outside of each one of these with a white chalk paint because I want it to have a nice white base to it. And I'm going to allow that to completely dry. For $1, I found these beautiful holiday style napkins from Dollar General. They only have the design on one section, so I'm going to carefully cut that section out, trying to keep my lines as straight as possible. Then I can remove the back layer because you only need the top layer with the design on it. And I'm going to do this for 4 napkins. Using 2 napkins per votive candle holder, I'm going to apply an even layer of Mod Podge around the entire outside edge. Then line the napkin up in the center, adding another layer of Mod Podge on top, going over the edge first, and then working my way to the opposite side of the napkin to make sure that I push any air bubbles out, until I have completely covered that part of the napkin with the Mod Podge. Then I can line up the second napkin to the design on the first napkin, repeating that process until the two napkins overlap. Then I could cut the excess napkin off, trying to cut it as straight as possible, and continue to add the Mod Podge, making sure that those edges are covered. Allow that sufficient enough time to dry. You can also use a heating tool or a hair dryer to speed up the drying process. Use some sandpaper and gently go around the edges to remove the excess napkin from the top as well as the bottom, and you'll do that for both votives. Once finished, you can then add in a battery-operated LED votive candle to each candle holder. I hope you enjoyed today's projects, and if you have a favorite, let me know in the comments section down below, because I always love to know which one is your favorite. If you haven't subscribed already, I would love for you to click that subscribe button right below the video. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Please take care, and I'll see you guys next time.